What's up, everybody? Sorry, first off, sorry that Camp Mongoose has been down for, I think, 3.5 weeks now. I think it went down near the end of August, and we're just now fixing the giant shitstorm that happened to the server, basically. In the last couple of weeks, we basically... Well, actually, in the last couple of weeks of the server, we started realizing that something major was happening, and like the server was breaking every single day. It would reload with like the ranks not working, or donation totals not being correct, or warps not working. You couldn't do anything. And we would have to basically restart our entire dedicated from the ground up, from base level restart, not simple restarting of the Minecraft server. We had to restart the actual dedicated, and it was a big problem. And we thought that it was maybe an SQL database problem, like maybe there was errors in the SQL database that was just going rampant because we had one giant massive database that was all set up to keep track of everything. No, long story short, actually I probably could have just said this and just skipped all of that, but anyways, long story short, we had a catastrophic hardware failure on the server. So what do I mean by that is basically our two main drives that we had were two SSDs that were in RAID 0. They were in RAID 1, which means that they kept a mirror copy of each other. It's a very common practice in server hosting. You usually have a RAID 1 or a RAID 5, which can be two drives with a third as a hot swappable backup. So if one goes down, you still have two that are up and going, and you could just put a new one in. A RAID 1 is only two drives, which is what we had, which is just a mirror copy. If one goes down, you have to replace that drive for it to boot back up, and it would rebuild the array, and then you'd go back to having a full backup. That way, if anything craps out on one, you still have a copy of it. And then the final one is usually RAID 10 or 10. It doesn't matter however you say it. We usually say RAID 10, where it's multiple drives, where you can have two in RAID 0 and then two that are mirror copies of that RAID 0, so you can have the performance of 0, but the reliability of and backup ability of 1, which is why it's 1 and 0. It's 10. Anyways, what happened to us is that even though our server, when we got it, because we got a brand new server for Camp Mongoose, we moved from our old decrepit one that just got out of date, that was Mongoose Country, and we got a brand new one for Camp Mongoose. We were like, all right, this is good. We'll start fresh, completely fresh, everything, brand new stuff, whatever. And we got a new one, a new setup. And we knew all the hardware was new and everything. And they just died. The hard drives actually both just corrupted. I never got full details if it was one that corrupted and that corrupted the second one, or if they both failed. I'm pretty sure they both failed. Just complete hardware failure, just catastrophic failure. And with that failure went the second drive, because the second drive either went out with it or it made a copy of the bad drive. Usually if one fails completely, then the other one's like, oh, hey, and they both shut down. But that's why I think both failed. With that failure went all of our backups of Camp Mongoose and Camp Mongoose itself and everything like that. And the only thing that we were able to salvage out of all of that time was this copy of Camp Mongoose that we took in April. There's Roman over there doing his badges. Was this copy of the server back in April that I took so I can work on another instance, another boss, or not, it wasn't a boss thing, it was like a whole event. It was a team battle where people, you guys probably heard me talking about it. because after I was done with Slagathor, and Slagathor was a hit, everybody seemed to like it. You know, some people thought it was really hard, but then a lot of people started soloing it, and then people realized, oh, maybe it's not that hard. I wanted to do an event where both houses can compete against each other and get points without having an admin on. And, whoa, shit! Very nice. GG. Wow, Roman got really lucky there. There was, third one. Whoa. Damn. And so I was working on that. So we took this copy of the server from April 15th and brought it on to a completely the old server, the one that Mongoose Country was on, because I didn't need a super powerful one. I just needed something that I can work on, that I can restart 1,000 times a day and not bother you guys when you're playing on this. Okay, that's less impressive, but still, you know, having 3 of those is not bad. Or having the opportunity to get 3 of them. Not just pickaxes, are great pickaxes. Those are the ones that a bunch of people are after. But, so yeah. So we lost 4 months of progress. And, that is something that, I've been losing sleep over, basically. Over the last 3 weeks or so, 3 or 4 weeks, I've been stressing about this nonstop, and it's neither Swifty or I's fault. We were just caught in a transition from when we were literally shutting down our second dedicated that week and transferring stuff over to the main one, the one that failed. So we can have everything in one location or whatever, and we did have an offsite backup thing ready because we've had failures like this before, not one that was 4 months, but we've had ones where we've lost stuff completely. And so now, because it was technically Netherbox's fault, it wasn't anybody's fault because it was just hardware failure, because no one can be at fault for that. But since our server is through Netherbox, they hooked us up with another brand new server that's even better than the last one, and a second web server that we're going to be doing offsite backups, and Swifty is doing manual backups, and I'm pulling my own backups as well. So we have backups on the main system, second backup on the web server, and currently both Swifty and I are pulling manual backups of the server. I think Swifty said he was doing daily backups. I'm not sure about that. I'm just doing weekly, but or will be doing weekly after we get back up and going. So as of right now, Camp Mongoose is up. I've tweeted out just a second ago that Camp Mongoose is back up and going. So you can connect at play.campmongoose.com. There's just 2 things to keep in mind. When you log in, you are technically going to you're going to get all of the badges that you've purchased from the 15th onwards. You're going to get all of those back, and it's going to actually, it might be from when we started the server. I'm not sure. It's either from the 15th on where this map was and onwards, or it's all of them from the start of the server to where we are now. So when you log on, you're going to get hit with, let me open it up, right there. So this is when, oh, my mouse wheel doesn't work on my mouse anymore. It's broken, so when I'm scrolling, it doesn't work. Okay, I gotta use page up and page down. Right there, the Roman signed on here, and it gave him all the badges that he bought since he's been playing on the server. And I made sure to check that he got his full total too, because he said he got 52 was his total, and he double checked and that was correct. We tested this with a couple of other people. We tested this with my second account, the one that I play on here legitly. I'm on my admin account right now. just so I can fly around and try to distract my brain while I'm talking. That way I say a lot and I repeat myself, and these videos last 40 minutes. But, see, there you go. When you log on, you'll get all your badges, so if you've bought a lot, so if you're like Yi, or Leonard, or Merzetti, you've bought a lot too. Basically, anybody who's Scoutmaster right now, you're gonna get a lot of badges, and there's gonna be a lot of people who have lost progress on major builds. One of the biggest ones that I can think of off the top of my head is the one over here at Dragons, where it was the Dragon Fortress that I covered on the last server Saturday, or the second to last one, because this last one I believe was Angelina's Labyrinth build. But as you can see, not as glorious. Missing everything. So what I'm going to do, I can't start until next week because I'm leaving for New York in 48 hours. So 2 days, I'm leaving for New York for ESL1 for an NVIDIA thing. We're filming some stuff up there and we're giving away a PC or something. But I'll be back Monday night at like 11 p.m. It's going to be way too late. But Tuesday and onward, I'm going to try to be on here as much as I possibly can and helping people with their builds. I'm going to personally come and help with your guys' builds, especially for big stuff like this. I'll make sure that we'll just knock it out as fast as we possibly can. I'll probably put us both in creative and we'll just tag team it. And I'm thinking about just recording all of those rebuilds as Let's Play episodes for my Camp Mongoose playthrough. So it'll be like kind of like a one-on-one with people on the server and everything like that. I'm trying to. I can't repay you guys for your generosity and kindness and everything like that. And everybody's been such good sports about everything. And I can't. There's nothing I could give you guys back to give you back the time that you put into the server. And I understand if you don't want to come back because maybe this just left a bad taste in your mouth, or you don't want to come back to something like this and be like, I put so much time into making this thing beautiful, and it all just got destroyed. It was a freak accident, and I don't know how else to put that. I know that there's probably at least a dozen other builds on the server that are missing work. I know that there's probably a bunch underneath the dragon place. If we go to the knights, I know that they did a lot of work on the back area here, and that is gone. Like I know that they put a lot of work into the throne room and stuff like that. That's unfortunately gone. It looks like this may be pretty much intact. I mean, I know I visited this during my time through here. It looks like, excuse me, missing some stuff over here on the sides, but I'm recording this at 1:30 in the morning, right after Swifty gave me the A-OK that everything is back up and working properly now. And Swifty is taking manual backups, like I said. He's in talks right now with Netherbox, because Netherbox is, they feel terrible about this too because it was their stuff that failed. They're trying to make it better too. And so they set up the second web server that I'm pretty sure they've given to us to use. I'm not sure. That's all Swifty. Swifty's the one talking to him. But they're going to set up off-site backups to that server. So that'll take... maybe, I don't know how often he's going to do it. I would say probably weekly, and then it'll recycle every 3 months. Like it'll delete the oldest and rewrite over that one. See, Leonard's place. So if you actually haven't really been on the server much, you probably won't be missing much. I know mine was a Potato's little island. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's the first place I went. Is it 2? No. Small island. I don't... Oh, man, I can't remember it. I have it on Hey Potato because it's my /home. But this guy doesn't have a /home. Oh, /home's by Slagathor. Yeah, and all of its warning signs. Stuff in my ender chest. So, That's what's been going on with Cat Mongoose, guys. It's been down because of that, and I can't tell you how many things every single person has tried to fix this. The guy at Netherbox actually went to the physical location of our colo, where our server is physically at, and went and diagnosed the entire system, the drives, all of that stuff. He ran a bunch of recovery software, stuff that took days to run through. I think we asked him to do one like low what is it? What do they call it? Low use or low power, low something, to try to recover the data off of the drives, and they're just trashed. They're absolutely garbage. And he couldn't do anything. I got a bunch of like graphs and stuff of this program that he used. I've never seen it. It is some server grade tech stuff that's actually above my head, because I don't deal in server stuff, so that stuff is kind of Greek to me. I'm sure I could understand it if I put my mind to it. I'm sure I could do that, but it doesn't matter. So, anyways, that's what happened. Oh, TP. I want to see what Roman's up to. So that's what's going on with the server. So yeah, like there's some places like Roman and Chad and Table and Bearded, I think. And Guy. This is their area, and it's still relatively unscathed because they haven't really been on since then. But some people who are still playing constantly, you guys probably lost a couple of stuff. But there's a couple of things I want you guys to look out for. Is any errors that pop up in the chat, because you guys are going to be on here way more often than I ever could be. And you guys are going to be pushing this thing to its limits again. When you log on, you're going to get a bunch of badges. If you have a full inventory, it's not going to give you your badges until you make room. But as soon as you make room, it's going to probably explode all over you. So if you bought a lot, just be mindful of that. For me, on most of my guys, I only have like maybe 4 slots that ever get taken up. And so it wasn't that big of a deal. But if you were mining at the time, like he was mining and he bought a lot of badges. They kind of exploded all over him when it finally caught up. So if you don't have any room at that time, it won't just dump them on you. It'll wait until you have room. But I think once it sees one free slot, it just kind of dumps it. So just be mindful of that. Go to a chest immediately and just be ready to put those badges away. On top of me helping you and stuff like that, Yi has decided he's going to give all of his badges away periodically. He has a bunch. Somewhere. There's a chest right here, I believe. With all of his badges that he bought over the time. As you guys know, Yi did kind of go overboard. So that's his thing right there. In fact, I'm gonna privatize that for Yi because he was just testing it. So it just has a bunch of stone and stuff in it. So he's going to give these out to everybody. I don't know how he's going to do it. I think he's going to come up with some weird quiz or game show or something. I don't know what he was saying. You guys know him. He's an odd fellow. But he's going to give out his badges to those who are online when he is. That's usually Australian time. Yeah, it should be good. We can recover from this. I know this is just awful. I don't know how else to say it, guys. I mean, I own the server, and I don't know how to break this news to you guys. That's why I was kind of quiet about it for a long time, because we were trying so many things and so many different ways to recover the data off of the server, and there was just no way. We've tried literally everything, like down to the point of where Netherbox themselves went down to it and physically pulled out the drives and tried to recover them on their own. So I'm sorry. That's what's happened. The forums also are being worked on. What does it say? Say knee? Are these the knights that say "ni"? Interesting. Huh. I've never seen that. What was I saying? The forums. Oh yeah, the forums. We got hit by some crazy spam bot, something or other, and it's kind of messed up the forums. That's another thing that Swifty's trying to tackle. So I know you guys have been trying to submit stuff for Server Saturday before all this happened. But I think what we're gonna do is we may just wipe the forum again, which is not something I want to do, honestly. But there's just so much spam that it would take one person a long time to go through, and it would take a couple of people a long time to get through. I spent, I think, 4 hours one day just deleting stuff, and it doesn't take that long to delete the stuff. It's just that there's so many, and spam bots don't sleep. So we have to find a plugin to spoof them or something. I don't know what we gotta do. There's a lot going on, and I have this New York trip that's coming up that's also taking up a lot of my time, and I only have another day of being at home before I'm out. So when you guys see this, I'll have that day, half of that day at least, to be on here and try to make sure that everything's running smoothly. But then I'm gone till the next Tuesday, whenever this video comes out. So the server is up, guys. Feel free to come on and play. There's gonna be some badge spam for a while, but that's understandable. I mean, you guys are all you're gonna get every single badge that you bought back, and if you don't, let us know and we'll fix it. We don't expect there to be any errors from here on out, because we tested a lot of stuff thoroughly right now, but things happen, as we've seen. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys hopefully soon on Camp Mongoose, and hope you have a good night.